It's time for the first Wellness Wednesday of the new year. Everyone, you guys take a deep breath, relax. Most of that post-holiday bloating, fatigue, and puffiness, they're not weight gain. It's actually driven by inflammation and water retention and disrupted digestion and hormonal stress, which everyone gets. So Dr. Priya Patel with Feminology MD says with the right medical approach, you can feel like yourself and so much better in just a few days. Good morning to you, Dr. Patel.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
So glad to have you, especially during this time of year. Like I said, it's so very timely. I feel like a lot of us feel that way. We indulge. We want to have a good time during the holiday season. I prefer to say that the calories don't count, but eventually the holidays do end, and the calories, they can stick around every now and again. And so a lot of people tend to feel bloated and sluggish after those holidays.
Yes.
Is this actually weight gain, though?
So most of it is not true weight gain.
Okay.
Some of it can be a little bit, right? But sometimes a lot of it is just driven by our food intake, and our habits are not so great. We tend to be more stressed. We're eating more poorly. We're often drinking a little bit more, sleeping a little bit less. And so that drives inflammation, and it really resets our brain a little bit.
Okay,
right?
so we're a little hard on our bodies
Yes.
during
So,
the holiday
I mean,
season.
It really does take a toll, right?
It
And it really
does.
does affect our body. So a lot of it is fluid retention, and that leads to bloating, and we feel puffy, and we just don't look as good.
So can we go back to the water retention then? Because a lot of the times people say, oh, well, you just need to drink more water, drink more water, drink more water.
Which is important for overall hydration.
Okay, so, but does it work?
But doesn't necessarily help when we're retaining fluid, right?
Okay.
Because that's more inflammation driven. So when we, often in the new year, you think of lots of fad diets, right? We think of Whole30, or I'm going to cut alcohol for 30 days, or there's all these different things, or, different dietary changes we can make, etc. But we actually often don't realize the power of small changes, right? So even if you cut sugar and refined carbs for even 24 hours, it helps reset the body. So one, glycogen stores drop, right? So that's how we store sugar. So that helps the body lose some of that water rate. Two, it actually drives down inflammation. So that helps our brain think more clearly. It helps reduce some of that bloating. So there's lots of different changes. If you reduce sugar intake, basically, it starts to starve those sugar-loving bacteria. So within about 24 hours, they start to die off. So really, within a short period of time, you can really reset the body. It resets dopamine cravings in our brain, so we start to crave sugar less.
Okay, so this is why everybody says this during this time of year, like reset your gut, reset
It
reset
really
the
does
bloat.
make a difference,
Okay.
right? So if
Start
you think
the new year
24
off fresh.
hours makes a difference, what if you did that for 7 days, right? It really does make an impact.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about peptides. How exactly does that work?
So peptides are a very popular sort of buzzword and topic right now. They run the gamut. There are dozens, and they are coming out more and more. Peptides are basically long-chain proteins, and there's lots of different ways that we can use them in the body to enhance our normal cellular function. So peptides, in regards to water weight, things like that, can be used to help us burn fat, help us build muscle. They can aid in muscle recovery, things like that.
Okay, so adding it to maybe our routine, but not necessarily depending on it. I like it. Any supplements that you think we should add in the new year?
I think in general, for one, with immunity these days, there's lots of
My
bugs going
gosh,
around.
everyone is sick right now.
It is insane. So keeping vitamin C high, this is where fluid intake, specifically water, right? Hydration is important. A little zinc supplement on top never hurt. Keeping vitamin D levels high. All of these things are things that really help boost our immunity.
Now let me ask you this, because this is all over social media and I kind of want to do it. I've never tried it. IV therapy, do you think that's helpful?
That's one of those things.
She's like, you're putting me in this position.
There is some thought that it can definitely help. There's not a ton of data yet, but I think there's no harm in trying.
Hey, there's no harm in trying. And tell me, where can we find you if we want to ask you more tips, tricks as we start the new year and we want to start it on the right foot?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started a practice called Feminology MD. It's a concierge wellness / gynecology practice. So feminologymd.com, or on Instagram, Feminology MD.
Thank you.